Following her successful election as the president of the Gambia Press Union in December 2024, Aissatou Keita, along with her executive board, paid a courtesy call to the Fatu Network as part of their familiarization tour with media institutions. This visit aimed to foster a strong relationship between the Gambia Press Union and media institutions across the country. During the visit, the president of the Gambia Press Union, Aissatou Keita, highlighted the action plans of the union and the key strategies of media institutions to adopt in promoting the welfare of journalists. She also emphasized the collective bargaining agreement and the need for media institutions to have autonomy from the government.
The collective bargaining agreement talks about is that every media worker, be it technician or cameraman, the minimum wage that each media worker should be paid is at least $5,000. At least that should be the minimum wage. We also talk about the issue of every person that works in a media house should be given a contract. In that will avoid any sort of problems that will happen in the near future. I think most of the time when we talk about media subvention, some of the times what we think that if we get subvention from the government might control the media and all of those, which is actually not the case. But this helps to ensure that we have a very vibrant media environment.
In their efforts to safeguard the welfare of journalists, the Gambia Press Union provided the Fatu Network with copies of the Assault and Battery Guide for journalists, as well as the Access to Information Guide.
You've seen there has been a rise in assault cases across the country for media workers when they go on coverage and all of these things. So as a result of that, we developed an assault and battery guide, because most of the times when issues happen, what the GPU does is to issue statements to condemn attacks and all that. To us, we see that that might not be enough. What else can we do? We came up with the Assault and Battery Guide, which was developed late last year. This guide helps not only the victim to be able to seek redress, but also media institutions. What do they do in order to follow the law, to be able to seek redress for their staff?
The Vice President of the Gambia Press Union, Sheriff Sedikan, reiterated the efforts of the union in organizing a media conference with stakeholders on government subvention. Fatou Kamara, the Chief Executive Officer of the Fatu Network, welcomed Keita and her team and shared insights on the proposed government subvention.
You talked about government subvention. When you talk about that in Gambia, it will be like, oh, they're going to own the media, which manifested itself during the contract that we signed with the government. Everybody thought that contract was going to turn us into a propaganda tool for the government, but that contract has ended, and that never happened. But I'm telling you, even if we happen to have that subvention from government, it would not change our editorial policy, because we are also answerable to the people. We are not going to be here and put ourselves in a position where the government is going to say, oh, the Fatu Network are our friends, or the opposition will say the Fatu Network. We are not here for them. We are here to do a job. And this is a job that we are going to stand by to make sure that we do the right thing.
She also called on the GPU to build the capacity of journalists, especially in reporting human interest stories, while urging them not to bow to pressure from institutions.
It would be good to also consider training programs for journalists and also help them as to, in terms of reporting, what they would need to focus more. Human interest stories are always very good. Politics, I think everyone has enough of it, because most of the time there's hardly any change. Since I was reporting news in 1994, when I started Radio 1 FM, what we have been doing is the same thing in politics. But otherwise our doors are always open. We're looking forward to more of these kind of meetings. And if there's anything that we can do not hesitate to contact us.
The visit provided the Gambia Press Union with the opportunity to call on its members to pay their dues for a sustainable union. Reporting for the Fatu Network, Mama A. Toure.